Think and Grow Rich, Chapter 5. Specialized knowledge, why knowledge alone isn't power. We live in a time when information is everywhere. Every answer to every question seems to be just one Google search away. But Napoleon Hill makes a bold claim in Think and Grow Rich. Knowledge by itself is not power. It is only potential power. This means you could read every book in the library, memorize every formula in mathematics, or study every piece of history. But unless you apply that knowledge toward a definite goal, it remains unused. It sits inside your mind like energy in a battery that has never been connected to a circuit. Hill divides knowledge into two categories: general knowledge and specialized knowledge. Understanding the difference between them is the first step to building real wealth and power. General knowledge versus specialized knowledge. General knowledge is wide but shallow. It's the kind of education most people get in school: history, math, geography, literature. It makes us well-rounded, but doesn't necessarily make us wealthy. You can know Shakespeare's plays, the capital of every U.S. state, and the names of every U.S. president, but that knowledge by itself won't guarantee financial success. Specialized knowledge, however, is narrow but deep. It's knowledge that is practical, specific, and directed toward a particular purpose. A surgeon, for example, develops specialized knowledge in medicine. A digital marketer develops specialized knowledge in running online ads. An entrepreneur develops specialized knowledge in business models, customer psychology, or product design. Hill argues that the road to wealth is paved with specialized knowledge. General education builds a foundation, but fortune is built by applying focused, specialized knowledge. The Henry Ford example. Napoleon Hill uses Henry Ford as a perfect example. Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Company, was not highly educated by traditional standards. In fact, he was criticized by journalists who claimed he lacked formal schooling. When reporters tried to embarrass him by asking technical and historical questions, Ford responded simply, "Why should I clutter my mind with general information when I can summon men around me who can supply any knowledge I require?" Ford's genius was not in knowing everything himself. It was in organizing specialized knowledge. He gathered engineers, designers, and business experts and directed their knowledge toward one clear vision: producing affordable cars for the masses. This teaches us something powerful. You don't need to be a walking encyclopedia. You need to know how to apply knowledge, and you need to know where to find the right experts when you need them. Why specialized knowledge creates wealth. Think about the modern world. Some of the wealthiest people today became successful not by knowing everything, but by mastering one specific domain. Warren Buffett mastered specialized knowledge in investing. He doesn't try to know everything. He focuses on identifying undervalued companies and long-term value creation. Oprah Winfrey mastered specialized knowledge in communication and media. She didn't need to know every subject in detail. Her strength was in building emotional connections with millions of people. Elon Musk didn't personally invent every part of Tesla or SpaceX. What he did was gather specialized experts in engineering, physics, and business, and then combine their knowledge to achieve his vision of sustainable energy and space exploration. In each case, specialized knowledge, whether it was financial insight, communication skills, or engineering expertise, was applied to a definite purpose. That's where wealth is born. How to acquire specialized knowledge. Napoleon Hill lists several ways to develop specialized knowledge, and they are just as relevant today as when he first wrote them. Personal experience and practice. This is knowledge gained by doing. A chef learns specialized knowledge by cooking thousands of meals. A YouTuber gains specialized knowledge by making video after video. Each attempt teaches something new. The experience of others. You don't have to learn everything the hard way. You can leverage other people's expertise through books, mentorship, or partnerships. When you hire a lawyer, you're tapping into their specialized knowledge. Apprenticeships and internships. These remain some of the most powerful ways to gain specialized knowledge. Working under an expert allows you to absorb skills and insights directly. Specialized schools, courses, and training. Today, we have more access than ever to specialized knowledge. Online courses, universities, workshops, and coaching programs are all ways to go deep into one subject. The point is that specialized knowledge is not limited to formal education. It is available to anyone who is willing to seek it, pay for it, or collaborate with those who already have it. The application of knowledge. This is perhaps the most important part of the chapter. Knowledge itself is useless unless it is put to work. You could spend 10 years earning degrees and certifications, but if you don't act on that knowledge, it doesn't create wealth. Take two people as an example. Person A studies business management in school for 6 years, but never starts a company. Person B learns digital marketing for 1 year, then immediately starts running campaigns for small businesses. Which one is more likely to be successful financially? Person B, because they applied specialized knowledge to solve real-world problems. Napoleon Hill's message is clear. Wealth doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you do with what you know. Why most people stay stuck in general knowledge? If specialized knowledge is the key to wealth, then why do most people never achieve it? The answer lies in human behavior. Most people stay in the comfort zone of general knowledge. It feels safe to know a little about everything. Schools and society often reward us for being broad rather than deep. But in the real world, people are paid in proportion to how effectively they solve specific problems. Think about it. A general doctor may earn a decent income, but a brain surgeon who has specialized knowledge earns many times more because their expertise is rare and valuable. Similarly, a software engineer who learns general coding may find a job, but the one who specializes in artificial intelligence or cybersecurity commands much higher pay. The principle is simple. The narrower and deeper your knowledge in a valuable area, the higher your earning potential. Modern U.S. Examples of specialized knowledge. Jeff Bezos, Amazon. Jeff Bezos didn't try to master every business model. He specialized in e-commerce and logistics. He focused obsessively on customer service, delivery speed, and efficiency. By narrowing his focus and applying specialized knowledge to online retail, he built one of the largest companies in history. Steve Jobs, Apple. Jobs wasn't an engineer. His specialized knowledge was in design, aesthetics, and consumer experience. He surrounded himself with technical experts, but his unique contribution was knowing how to merge technology with art. That specialized insight made Apple one of the most valuable companies in the world. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Meta. Zuckerberg specialized in social networking. His coding skills were useful, but his deeper knowledge was in human interaction and building digital communities. While thousands of coders existed, Zuckerberg applied his specialized knowledge in one specific area and turned it into billions. Howard Schultz, Starbucks. Schultz didn't invent coffee, but his specialized knowledge was in branding and experience. He understood how to create a third place between home and work, where people would pay a premium for coffee because of the environment and community. Sara Blakely, Spanx. With no background in fashion, Blakely identified a very specific problem: comfortable, slimming undergarments for women. Her specialized knowledge came from studying her market and solving one particular issue better than anyone else. Today, she is a billionaire. These examples prove Hill's point. General knowledge is common, but specialized knowledge applied toward a definite purpose creates fortunes. The psychology of specialized knowledge. Hill emphasizes that specialized knowledge must be guided by imagination and desire. Why? Because knowledge without a burning purpose remains dormant. The human brain is a tool. It can store information, recall facts, and connect ideas. But unless we aim it like a laser toward a clear goal, it scatters its energy. Specialized knowledge is that focusing mechanism. It channels all your mental power into solving one category of problems. This is why many people with advanced degrees remain broke. They collected knowledge, but they never specialized it toward a definite chief aim. Meanwhile, someone with less education but a clear focus can create massive wealth. Step-by-step guide: how to gain and apply specialized knowledge. Define your definite purpose. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? What problem do I want to solve? Until you know your aim, you cannot decide what specialized knowledge to pursue. Identify the field of knowledge. Once your purpose is clear, choose the area of knowledge that will help you reach it. For example, if your goal is to become wealthy through investing, you must specialize in finance, markets, and analysis. Select the best sources of knowledge. Knowledge can come from books, mentors, courses, or direct experience. But choose quality over quantity. 10 excellent books applied in practice are more valuable than 1,000 random facts. Form a mastermind group. This is one of Hill's most powerful concepts. You don't need to personally own all the specialized knowledge. Surround yourself with people who have it. A successful entrepreneur may not be an expert in law, finance, and technology, but they have lawyers, accountants, and engineers in their mastermind group. Act quickly on acquired knowledge. Knowledge decays if unused. The faster you apply what you learn, the deeper it becomes. If you study marketing today, run a campaign tomorrow. If you learn a new investment strategy, test it with a small amount. Action transforms information into power. Continuously update your knowledge. Specialized knowledge loses value if it becomes outdated. Technology, markets, and industries change. The most successful people never stop learning. They constantly refine and update their expertise. Case study: a tale of two entrepreneurs. Imagine two entrepreneurs in the United States starting businesses. Entrepreneur A reads books about business, takes a general MBA, and knows a little about many industries. They launch a company, but lack a clear focus. They struggle because they can't stand out. Entrepreneur B chooses one industry, say renewable energy. They study solar technology deeply, attend specialized conferences, build connections with energy experts, and learn everything about government incentives. Within a few years, they're recognized as a leader in that specific space. Who becomes more successful? Almost always Entrepreneur B, because their specialized knowledge makes them irreplaceable. The pitfalls of wrong specialization. Specialization creates power, but it can also backfire if it's misdirected. There are 3 major traps people fall into. Specializing in a field that has no demand. Knowledge must be valuable to others. A person can be an expert in ancient trivia, but if it solves no real problem, it generates no income. The marketplace rewards knowledge that serves society. Over-specializing without adaptability. Imagine a typewriter repair expert in the 1980s. At that time, it was valuable. But as computers replaced typewriters, their knowledge became useless. Specialized knowledge must evolve with time. The danger is to go too deep into a dying industry without updating skills. Collecting knowledge without application. Some people keep studying endlessly, waiting for perfect preparation. This is disguised procrastination. Specialized knowledge only creates wealth when it is applied with courage and persistence. Napoleon Hill is clear. Specialized knowledge is not about being the smartest, but about being the most useful in solving problems. Lessons for the millennial generation in the U.S. Millennials and Gen Z face a world very different from the 1930s when Hill wrote this book. But the principle of specialized knowledge is more relevant today than ever. Student loan crisis. Millions of young Americans take on massive debt for degrees in general subjects. Many graduate without job-ready skills. The result? Debt, underemployment, and frustration. Specialized knowledge offers the way out. Instead of collecting general degrees, those who focus on coding, data analysis, digital marketing, or trades like HVAC or solar panel installation build faster wealth with less debt. Entrepreneurship as a path to freedom. Millennials value freedom and flexibility. Specialized knowledge allows them to create businesses that match their passions. For example, someone who specializes in vegan nutrition can launch a digital course, an Instagram brand, or a consulting business. How to choose the right specialization. Here's a practical framework anyone can use. Passion filter. Choose a field that excites you. Specialized knowledge requires years of commitment. Passion fuels persistence. Market demand filter. Passion without demand leads to poverty. Research if people will pay for solutions in this area. Skill rarity filter. The rarer the skill, the higher its value. For instance, basic social media skills are common, but expertise in neuromarketing or data-driven ad campaigns is rare and highly paid. Practical steps for Americans today. Young professionals, instead of chasing promotions, double down on a rare skill in your industry. For example, an accountant who learns blockchain finance becomes irreplaceable. Entrepreneurs, build your business around a specialized edge. Amazon started with books. Tesla started with electric sports cars. Start narrow, then expand. Side hustlers, identify one area you can specialize in evenings and weekends. That side knowledge can eventually replace your job. Parents, teach children depth, not just breadth. Encourage them to explore their talents deeply. The power of a mastermind in specialization. Hill stresses that you don't have to own every piece of knowledge yourself. The true genius lies in assembling a team. Think about Henry Ford, who had very little formal education. When critics called him ignorant, he famously replied, "Why should I clutter my brain with general knowledge when I have men around me who can supply any knowledge I require?" This is the essence of a mastermind. Ford specialized in leadership, vision, and production systems. His team supplied the rest. In the same way, a modern entrepreneur in the U.S. might specialize in brand vision while relying on experts for law, finance, coding, and design. Together, the group holds unlimited specialized knowledge. Case study: Elon Musk. Musk is a modern embodiment of Hill's principle. He did not personally invent rockets or electric batteries, but he had specialized knowledge in physics, engineering principles, and business strategy. More importantly, he surrounded himself with the world's leading experts. Through his specialized vision and application, he built companies that are redefining entire industries: Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink. This shows how specialized knowledge, combined with imagination and mastermind groups, creates generational wealth. Why general knowledge is overrated. Most people spend years gathering general knowledge. They know a little about history, a little about math, a little about literature. But the truth is, general knowledge rarely translates into wealth. It might make someone appear intelligent in conversation, but it won't pay the bills. Specialized knowledge, however, is like a laser. A laser is simply concentrated light, but when focused, it can cut through steel. The same is true for the human mind. Scattered knowledge creates brightness, but focused knowledge creates power. The modern job market. In today's U.S. economy, the job market is a battlefield. Thousands of graduates enter every year with the same degrees, the same resumes, and the same general qualifications. That's why so many end up working in jobs unrelated to their field of study. But the ones who stand out are those who bring something specialized to the table. For example, a teacher who learns educational technology can earn more than a standard teacher. A nurse who specializes in geriatric care or medical AI tools becomes more valuable. A lawyer who specializes in cybersecurity law commands higher fees than a general attorney. In short, depth wins over breadth. A story of two friends. Imagine two college friends in the US, Mark and James. Mark studies general business. He graduates with a wide understanding, but no clear direction. He struggles to find a job, finally landing an entry-level position, paying just enough to cover bills. James, on the other hand, specializes in digital marketing analytics. While still in college, he takes online courses, practices with small businesses, and develops expertise in one tool: Google Ads. By the time he graduates, James is already freelancing and making $4,000 a month. Within 2 years, he's running his own agency. What's the difference? Both studied, but James chose depth. Mark stayed at the surface. The myth of talent. Many people believe success comes from natural talent. Napoleon Hill debunks this. Success comes not from talent, but from applied, specialized knowledge. Think of athletes. Michael Jordan wasn't born the best basketball player. He was cut from his high school team. But he specialized in his craft, practicing more hours than anyone else. His edge wasn't raw talent. It was applied effort in a specialized area. The same principle applies in business, art, or science. Talent may give you a head start, but specialization keeps you in the race. Why specialized knowledge creates confidence? General knowledge leaves people uncertain. When you know a little of everything, you often doubt yourself in real situations. But when you master one area deeply, you carry natural confidence. Imagine a surgeon who has done thousands of heart surgeries. The moment they walk into the operating room, they project calm authority. Compare that to a general doctor who only occasionally studies heart procedures. They would hesitate. Confidence is a byproduct of specialized competence. The evolution of specialized knowledge in America. Let's look at how the U.S. economy has shifted. Industrial era. Specialization was in trades, carpentry, mechanics, farming. Post-World War II era. Specialization shifted to corporate roles: engineering, finance, management. Information age. Specialized knowledge revolved around technology, computers, and data. Today, AI and digital era. Specialization is now about adaptability plus mastery. The most valuable professionals combine expertise with the ability to learn new tools quickly. This means the cycle is speeding up. In Hill's time, one specialization could last a lifetime. Today, you must refresh your specialization every few years. The winners are lifelong learners. Case study: Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is not just a TV host. Her specialized knowledge was in emotional connection. She mastered the art of listening, storytelling, and empathy. That specialization allowed her to build a media empire, create one of the most successful talk shows in history, and become one of the richest women in the world. Oprah didn't try to be everything to everyone. She focused on one thing: authentic communication. That became her wealth engine. The formula for wealth creation. Napoleon Hill's underlying formula is this: desire fuels your search. Specialized knowledge gives you the weapon. Organized planning directs the weapon. Action creates results. Without specialized knowledge, the formula collapses. Desire alone is just wishing. Action without knowledge is wasted energy. Planning without depth leads nowhere. Specialized knowledge is the anchor that turns dreams into reality. Metaphor: the gold miner. Think of general knowledge as digging the surface of the earth. You'll gather some dust, maybe even a few shiny rocks. But specialized knowledge is like drilling deep into one vein of gold. That's where the fortune lies. Most people quit after scratching the surface, but the ones who persist with focus strike unimaginable wealth. Pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what is my gold vein? Have you been spreading yourself too thin? Chasing too many general paths? Or are you ready to go deep, to drill until you uncover your treasure? If you're serious about transforming your life, commit today to one specialization. Start small, but be consistent. That is how wealth is built. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Stay connected to this channel, Millennial Mindset USA 1M, because we're building a community of focused, ambitious people just like you. Subscribe, share this with a friend, and let's specialize together on the path to success.